Welcome back to It's Called Soccer, where I discuss soccer from the perspective of an American sports fan. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to discuss the Budweiser Man of the Match and why Budweiser needs to stop its dealings with FIFA. Stay tuned. So, I have been enjoying the World Cup soccer, unlike really I ever have before. And as a part of being in the orbit of the World Cup, I got online and I noticed there have been some pictures circulating online with players who win Man of the Match, which is essentially like the Player of the Game award for those who don't know. Now, what's interesting about these photos is that it seems these guys are somewhat contractually obligated to take these photos, even after they've been eliminated from the World Cup by result, or whether or not they agree with alcohol and the consumption of alcohol, which really gets me into today's topic. Quote-unquote alternative culturally appropriate arrangements must be made for players who won Man of the Match award sponsored by Budweiser. But why is that the case? And that's simply because these guys straight up don't want their image and likeness associated with alcohol. Now, I say, of course we had to have known this was going to be an issue or a problem. We should have seen this coming, especially when Qatar banned alcohol at the stadiums during the World Cup. That, to me, is like a giant red flag. Now, why are we hearing about this in particular? Well, to be honest, there are players with low international profile who have protested against this in the past. They don't want to take a picture with a giant cup that says Budweiser on it. But none of those guys have a bigger name or international profile than one Kylian Mbappe. So he has been named Man of the Match in 3 out of his last 4 matches. And probably at the time of recording this, maybe even 3 out of his last 5 matches. But each time he has posed with the Budweiser logo, he turned the logo actually facing backwards, which result in it not being displayed in the photo at all. And you can see why that would make Budweiser upset. Now, Mbappe, who is only 23, is simply nobody's fool. He's not going to allow his image to be associated with the things that he does not support, and alcohol seems to be on that list. Back in March, Mbappe had a disagreement with his image rights in the France Football Federation, and that got a little nasty. So, a quick rundown of that is the French Football Federation wanted to use his image and likeness with gambling websites and fast food chains. His stance on gambling is the same as alcohol, and that's just something that he wants no association with whatsoever. But then it also came to a dispute with KFC. Now, it's unclear why he wants no association with fast food, but the dispute got really ugly when Mbappe and the CEO of KFC France got into a war of words, quote unquote, which ended in KFC France getting rid of the CEO of the company. That man has some real pull. Now, real or perceived, I promise you Budweiser does not want any smoke with Mbappe. So there have been at least 3 Muslim players that have been photographed with the award as well at the tournament. But they also turned their logo backwards because in the Muslim religion, consumption of alcohol is considered a sin. Now, funny enough, Budweiser puts out a statement in some legalese, but basically the gist of it is that they don't want to force players to do that if they chose not to. So instead, they'll give them the same cup, but they'll remove the Budweiser logo from the cup and also take Budweiser out of the backdrop. In 2018, at the Russian World Cup, the Egypt goalkeeper named Mohamed El Shenawi downright refused to even accept the award after his game versus Uruguay. So, all things considered, Budweiser really needs to reevaluate their brand marketing strategy and their relationship with FIFA, as it seems that dealing with them is proving to cost Budweiser more money, and they are not seeing any return on that investment. And as long as FIFA is going to be in bed with the Qataris or the Saudi prince or any of the real Muslim countries over there with the money, they are not going to have alcohol as a part of the brand strategy going forward. All right, so thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. I'm very happy and honored that you chose to click play on this episode, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the content that I choose to put out. Also, please consider subscribing and rating the podcast, and I hope you have a great day. Later.